Hey, what's going on YouTube? Mr. Football here, and today I have a review video on the Battle backplate. Now this is the Battle backplate in gold. This is the gold edition. So I saw these when I first started seeing kind of what Battle was coming out with in 2016. Backplates was one of the things that they were just now bringing to the table. This is the first year that they've come out with them. And when I first saw them in Dick's Sporting Goods, I thought they looked pretty sick. As I got to kind of looking into them more and kind of learn more about Battle, I eventually found out that these backplates were very unique in how they were made. There was a very, you kind of seen, I guess you saw in the, you've seen the unboxing on this product. I talked about the curvature of the backplate, and you know what I've done is kind of I've attached these to a pair of Riddell shoulder pads, as you can see, and I'll kind of go through everything, you know, review-wise of what I reviewed on this backplate. But overall, I was very, very blown away by, you know, how true it stayed to, you know, what this product is supposed to do. It's only a backplate. It's only, you know, only gonna do so much for your protection. You know, it's almost more of an aesthetic thing. But the fact that it's gold, honestly, is very cool. That's very unique. I don't think you can find a gold backplate other than having to special order something, and that just costs a ton of money. But for this was $39. That's really not that bad. I paid $39 for the chrome backplate, but honestly, like the chrome backplate just a little bit better. But you kind of will see why. The one thing that I will say that this backplate stays true to, and I was very impressed with, was the fact that it said on the labeling and on the website that this backplate would not flop. It said it was engineered not to flop. So I kind of did some different tests. I held the pads upside down. As you can see, the backplate is staying firm on there. It's not flopping down like to here, you know, because gravity would pull it down. Because these straps, these vinyl straps, you can see there, very thick. These are very sturdy. So I was very impressed with how well these were made. Some other down things that I kind of saw is the Battle decal that's on the back. We recognize their logo and everything, but as I started to kind of look at the back plate and look at every imperfection that it could possibly have, but I started looking at the decal and I started to scratch with it, and right here on the E, I scratched part of the decal off. But you know, whoever gets this in the giveaway, sorry I scratched the E off. But you know, this is a back plate. You know, it's gonna scratch off. It's gonna get marks. That's just part of football. But I think it would have been nice if they would have put a clear coat over this to kind of make that gold stand out just a little bit better, almost like more of a shine. Now, this isn't the last time you're going to see this product. I will have an official giveaway on this backplate. I just wanted to I wanted to do the review first before I do this giveaway. But I want you guys to kind of look forward to that. Some of the other things, the edges on the plastic are very rough, and it may be very hard to tell on camera, but here where these kind of like huge vent holes are, I could kind of, as you can kind of see there, like it's almost like it's not finished. Like it's like it came off the production line and it didn't get like finished. Like that's very rough right there. And then right here on this edge, kind of, and you know, it's just, it feels like that part right there just was not finished. But that was kind of my only downside to it. Other than that, very, you know, the curvature feels very natural on the back plate. It's very thick. I mean, I would compare it to the Schutt and Douglas and Riddell standards that they go by. Some of we're gonna go through kind of my ratings right now, kind of in this. Some color options I wanted to go over with you about as far as what you can buy with these. But you have black and white for $34. You can get the gold, obviously, that I got for $39.99. You can get a matte black for $50 and an orange and black, or excuse me, a black and orange for $50 as well. They also have youth sizes in white, black, and gold. White and black being $27, and then the gold being $32.99. So I feel like their prices on the back plates aren't outrageous. You know, it's very reasonable. It's not $60 or anything crazy. So I feel like for something that I got in between, you know, I didn't go too high, I didn't go too low. I got the gold, you know, for $40, and I feel very satisfied with it. Going on to my ratings, I rated it on 5 categories. I rated it for protection, installation, cost, design / aesthetic, and I basically wrote the question, does it work? So starting off with protection, I gave it a 9 out of 10, simply because I liked the padding, I liked the curvature of the back plate, I liked everything that it brought to the table. Installation, I gave it a 10 out of 10. It had no installation problems. Now, I only installed it on one set of shoulder pads, being the Riddell Power SPX 50 model. There was only the back plate actually had 2 ports on each side for 2 screws to go in, but this Riddell shoulder set of pads only had 1. So I don't know if that would have really changed anything. It still holds, you know, perfectly fine. It's on there. It's not coming off. So I gave it a 10 out of 10 on installation. I didn't have any trouble with it. Cost, I gave it a 9 out of 10. Design / aesthetic, I like the gold. I think it looks awesome. I love their white. I couldn't decide between gold or white, but I went with gold just because I have another thing on white that's coming out, but I decided to go with gold because I thought the gold look would look really sweet. But I gave it actually a 7 out of 10. The one reason why I marked it down was because of the battle decal on the back. I really felt like they could have done more with like giving it a better, like a shine on it. I feel like it could have been comparable almost to the chrome backplate that Riddell has. All right, so the last thing that I rated this on was, does it work? And I simply asked the question, does this do what it's advertised to do? And the one thing that I wanted to test from day one was the claim that it's not a floppy backplate. And you can sit here and yeah, it flops around and moves, but when you hold it against gravity, it's really not moving. And so when you hold it up straight and you move around like this and you do kind of football motions, it doesn't flop around. Like, if you've seen high school players, college players, you see that backplate pop out, like it's flopping against the wind, like when they're running. But like this feels like it's gonna do what it's supposed to do. So I gave it a 10 out of 10 for, it does what it's listed to do. So as far as I'm concerned, this was a very good product that Battle came out with. I'm very excited to see if Battle comes out with anything else that's very neat that I can review for you guys. But this was just something that I'm very excited to be showing to you guys. I'm going to be giving it away here within the next week, so please keep checking back for that giveaway video. I'll also be doing sort of a comparison video to other back plates. So if you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you next time. Mr. Football out.